Happy Thanksgiving. There really are few better American traditions than football on Turkey Day, and we are treated to an epic triple header of NFL football today. And it began earlier today on Fox Chattanooga, where a whole lot was at stake in the NFC North, and has been the case for every Thanksgiving since 1934. The Detroit Lions are in action, taking on the Green Bay Packers. Both are just a game behind the Bears for first place in the North. The Lions really need a win here because they fell to Green Bay earlier in the year, but it's the Packers who strike first on 4th and 2. Jordan Love on the money to Dontavian Wicks for 6. Green Bay up 10-0 earlier, but Dalton legend Jahmyr Gibbs and this Lions offense is always a threat to score. But this time it's Gibbs' former Alabama teammate Jamison Williams who makes a big play. A huge day for Williams as Gibbs' counterpart David Montgomery cashes in on the Wildcats to get the Lions back within 3. And the key moments in this football game were all on 4th down for the Green Bay Packers. 4th and 1 near the end zone, and Romeo Doubs has it for a huge score. An entertaining football game with Detroit. Packers pick up a huge win over the Lions, 31-24 on Thanksgiving. Game number 2 of Turkey Day football takes us to the Lone Star State, where we had a duel in Dallas, a huge game for both the Chiefs and the Cowboys, who were on the outside looking into the playoffs, and there was absolutely no lack of entertainment at AT&T Stadium. Rashee Rice takes the screen in for 6 as Kansas City strikes first, but the Cowboys offense has been red hot all season long. Tops of the league in yards per game, and we saw a heavy dose of 88 CeeDee Lamb in the early going. Fast forward now to the second half after Post Malone gave the crowd a show. Patrick Mahomes got the show rolling. Rashee Rice has been on a tear since he came back from his 6-game suspension. He has 6. Chiefs once trailing by 6, now lead by 1. And speaking of on a tear, all George Pickens has done this year is tear it up. The former Georgia Bulldog has turned into a bona fide #1 receiver in Dallas. Cowboys up 3 with 2 minutes to go. First down ices the game, and Dak Prescott to GP to seal it. Pickens and the Cowboys pick up a massive win over the defending AFC champs to stay alive in the hunt for the wild card. And as is tradition, the boys enjoy some turkey after the game. And the Thanksgiving finale is currently ongoing in Baltimore. The Ravens, once 1-5, now 6-5. They're currently atop the AFC North, but Burrow is back for the Bengals after missing the last 10 weeks in Cincinnati. They have come to play, leading the Ravens 29-14 in the 4th quarter. An upset there. And folks, we are gearing up for a huge final week of the college football regular season this weekend, especially in the SEC, as 4 teams remain alive in the hunt for a conference title. So let's take a look at how each of the 4 teams can get to Atlanta next week. And let's start with the 2 most simple scenarios, Texas A&M and Alabama. For these 2, they don't have to worry about anyone else but themselves. Win, and you are in the SEC championship. For the Georgia Bulldogs, they of course take on Georgia Tech on Friday, a game that has no effect on the race in the SEC. But if either Texas beats Texas A&M or Auburn beats Alabama, the Dogs will head to Atlanta next week. And finally, the most difficult path is for the Ole Miss Rebels, who of course must beat rival Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl tomorrow, but they will also need Texas A&M and Alabama to lose this weekend. Boy, a lot to be decided. It all gets started tomorrow right here on News Channel 9. Ole Miss and Mississippi State at noon, then Georgia Tech at 3:30, then the nightcapper, Texas A&M at Texas at 7:30. Don't go away. We will be right back.